Hello, everyone, and welcome to ROKStudios. I'm Stan Miller. I'm PR and Analyst Relations Manager for Rockwell Automation in the EMEA region, and I'm joined today by Luis Villegas. He is the President of AMEC. Luis, welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much for this invitation.
We're very excited to have you here. We're here today to talk a little bit about how packaging OEMs are rethinking the machine lifecycle. This is a really interesting topic, but before we get into it, could you tell us a little bit about AMEC, the association, and what it's all about?
AMEC is an Spanish association that cover all manufacturers, but we are focusing AMEC envasgraf. It's focusing packaging in general, and well, they are an association that cover whole Spain, but with site in Barcelona, and this is maybe the main area in Spain that they are industrial area, and then they are helping from AMEC to export, to know, to help some other things, and to cover a very good networking between all companies.
That's perfect background, Luis. Because AMEC has such a great view of what's happening, I can't wait to get your insights into into the current landscape. So I'll get started with the questions. From AMEC's perspective, where do you see packaging OEMs feeling the greatest pressure today across the machine life cycle, whether it's design or through to long-term operation? And why are early decisions becoming more critical in that dynamic?
I think today, for the several reasons we have, uh, all start from the beginning, from the design. It's not something that arrive on middle of the projects or at the end of the projects. Everyone is thinking more in to make machines covering all the needs we detect in the market now, but thinking a little bit in the future, like some no monomaterials, recyclables, products that they are more and more requested. In general, do that we are covering all right. We are not focused in Europe. We are not focused in Asia. We are not focused in North America. Then this is a mix of knowledge that we share with all our partners with this networking work.
That's really good context. Thank you, Luis. You've spoken publicly about digitalization and automation as key enablers for the sector. How are you seeing digital maturity influence competitiveness among packaging machine builders, particularly in global markets?
I think it's important do that the differences between countries, between cultures, that sometimes we need to be close to the machines that we have all right. All our customers, they are very sensitive on that. That's why it's much important to have remote connections with all the equipments. We have remote controls to make checks, to make some retrofits in the machine. In general, everything that helps to support our customers, this is something that take really very high importance on that sense.
Thank you. Luis, skills shortages. Let's talk about people for a second. Skill shortages continue to challenge OEMs across Europe. From an association perspective, what practical approaches are you seeing companies adopt to improve productivity and reduce the dependency on those people with such rare skills, right? Whether it's across engineering, commissioning, and service. How are you seeing members tackle the workforce challenges?
More and more, I think everyone is focused to make more autonomous machines. Let's say quick changeover. This is not something that helps only to win time. It's even to win that to avoid the dependency from some people that it's not well trained, for example, and then this is something that more and more is introduced in the sector for many reasons, but it's not only for, well, we are adapting, for example, to keep engineers to have more talent in the companies. But at the end, we have another line focusing in the design of the machines and the autonomy from the machine versus to the people, operators.
I see. I see. If I'm understanding correctly, like having those more intelligence machines can help support those workers, and that way, like the engineers, those very high impact engineers, can focus on other activities. Great, that's great. Luis, you touched on sustainability a little bit earlier. Let's talk a little bit more about that. Sustainability requirements are increasingly shaping customer expectations, as you know. How is this changing the way OEMs are thinking about machine design, machine operation, and that long-term value rather than treating sustainability as an afterthought?
Sustainability is something that appears in every project. For every customer, they are concerned about all the rules that they are arriving. We are lucky that at the moment, all those rules, they are postponing more and more because I think in general, if we talk about Europe, this is something. If we talk about Africa, for example, it's totally different. Then even on that, I think all R&D departments from all the companies that they manufacture machines, they are working together with supply materials companies, and at the end, we need to have our responses front of the customers when we face here, for example, in Interpack or in some other exhibitions, even with we have interviews or we have meetings with them to propose some possible retrofits, not only for the new machines, even for the existing ones they have. This is another part of not only the business, even the cooperation with the customers.
That's interesting. What I'm hearing is almost that longer term life cycle approach and building sustainability in through that strategy. That's really interesting. Luis, last question for you. Looking ahead, what mindset shifts are going to distinguish packaging OEMs that successfully turn these life cycle challenges into lasting competitive advantages, like that long-term collaboration? How do you think the best OEMs are going to accomplish that long-term approach?
Difficult question, because there are a lot of possible suppliers, OEMs, and this is something that when a company like us work worldwide, we have several differences between needs from we request to the OEMs. For example, services, it's quite important. Delivery time, it's quite important. And then our end customers need to be, I think, very, very comfortable with an election that they do for a reference, for a supplier, and for the OEMs that follow up this project. Then today, delivery time, service, and also if our OEMs, they are established in the same country or the region that cover properly for supporting to the end customers, this is something that make a high value for us.
Got it. Luis, this has been a great discussion. We really appreciate you sharing your perspective across all the different partners that AMEC works with. So thank you so much for joining us in the studio today.
Thank you, Gio, for inviting me, and it's my pleasure to be here.
And thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more, about industrial automation and digital transformation, visit rockwellautomation.com.